So I am starting off with wet hair, and I was just showing you guys that I am dressed. And I put a towel around my neck just so I don't get this water all over me. And yeah. So this is the product I'm going to be using. It's called Shea Miracle. It's a curly pudding, and I'm just gonna lather my hair in that. You'll see in a minute, but what I like to do to make sure I get my curls really defined and they're all moisturized is to rake the product through my hair as many times as I feel like it. Usually I do this for maybe about 1 to 2 minutes, which seems long, but to me it's worth it because I like to have a frizz-free look, and once your hair dries it looks amazing. I always get a lot of compliments on it. So that's just what I'm doing here, and I'm shaking it out to kind of make the curls clump together. So for this first hairstyle, I'm going to be taking my comb and I'm going to make a section on the side. So just like a little box on the side of your head, if that makes sense. It doesn't have to be perfect because really the curls are going to cover it. If your hair is a little shorter, you might want to make it more perfect because, you know, your hair won't cover it. But my hair has grown out a lot, so once I finish, you know, this hairstyle, you'll see that my curls kind of fall over the part, so it doesn't really have to be perfect. So again, I'm raking through my hair just to make sure the product is spread evenly, and since I'm gonna keep separating my hair, it'll start to make frizz, so you'll see me come back to rake it over and over again a lot. So at the top of the by my edges, I'm gonna put some Eco Styler gel because it'll help the beginning of the braids to stay better. Not braids, because we're gonna do a flat twist. So that's just what I'm doing, and I'm separating it in two. Now I chose to do it in two just because it'll make the hairstyle a lot easier and less time consuming. But if you prefer more twist on the side, feel free to do so. But in the interest of making this easy, simple, and not time consuming, I just decided to do two. If you don't know how to flat twist, there's a lot of videos on YouTube how to do so. But if you guys would like to see the way I flat twist, let me know in the comments below, and I'll definitely make a video about that. Now when I get towards the end of the braid, you'll see that I'll take the remaining hair and kind of rake through it again, just because I want that part to match the rest of the texture of my hair. And as you see, I am using a rubber band. If you don't want to use rubber bands, bobby pins work for this hairstyle as well. I have tried it before, but I prefer to use some rubber bands. And I'm going to do that again on the second section. Now the same exact thing that we just did, I am repeating on the other side of my head to complete our faux hawk. Once again, I am creating like a box part, a really big box on the side of my head. You can do this as far back as you want or as up close, but it might look a little funny if you do it kind of close to your edges, closer to your edges, if you know what I mean. So yeah, you can just kind of play around with it and see where you like to position it, as you know how far you want your twist to go back. But yeah. Here is our curly faux hawk. If you want to do like a picked out version, I also have done that before. It's really cute, so if you want a tutorial on that as well, I will also do that. But yeah, so this is just the curly version of the faux hawk, and it looks so much better once it's dry. So now for this next hairstyle, we're going to keep the braids that we did on the side, and we're just going to continue them through the rest of our head. So I'm making another section here and basically flat twisting it again. You can also do a French braid, but like I said, flat twisting is a lot faster and easier in my opinion. And I'm gonna also use a pair of rubber bands to secure it as well. Now you all know no hairstyle is complete without some baby hairs, so that's what I'm doing right now. The baby hairs that I do at the top of my head, I kind of trained them to go that way. Really, my baby hairs naturally lay like in the middle part, if that makes sense, because I do have a widow's peak, but I kind of trained them to go that way because I think they're real cute. So yeah, I'm just using my Eco Styler gel for this. My hair is already wet, so it helps, and I didn't add any extra water, but usually if my hair is dry, I'll do it with water first, then go on top with my Eco Styler gel, which by far is my favorite method or product to use for laying my edges. And I'm just fluffing it out. And again, this hairstyle looks really cute dry as well, and I would pick out the back so it can get some more body and be real fluffy. So if you do not know how to flat twist or braid, this hairstyle is for you. So I'm gonna start by parting my hair in a side part, and I'm gonna section off the front part of my head, like the crown area, like you see I'm doing here, and separate the back. So what we're gonna do is basically pin these areas down, okay? So using my wide tooth comb, I'm combing out the hair so I can make sure it will lay smoothly as possible. And I'm going to take my Eco Styler gel and basically slather it on there. Well, I didn't slather it, but I just like to use a generous amount, especially at the top, because I want it to lay really nicely. If you're not too concerned with that, you don't have to use as much as I did, but yeah, whatever floats your boat, girl. And unfortunately, my stupid phone it didn't delete, but it stopped recording, so I didn't get to show you all exactly what I did. But as you can see, I just laid it down and applied some bobby pins, and this wrap that I use is a cut off bottom of a t-shirt. It looks really gross because there's like makeup on it and stuff, so I have to go wash it, but that's basically what I did. And wrap that around there, and I put the back of my hair up in some ponytails so it can kind of elongate it once it dries. So that's what that is. So once I let it dry a little bit, I'm gonna go ahead and take off the scarf, and this is what it looked like. Usually I would do something like this overnight, but I was trying to go to class, so and I'm taking down my ponytails, and you can see it's already really cute. Out of all the hairstyles, this one is my favorite, but I also rarely do this one, so I'm probably gonna start wearing it more often. And I'm taking my comb and picking out the back. Once it dries some more, picking it out will really help it to look really nice and full and pretty. And of course, again, you got to get the edges in there, okay? The baby hairs are important. I decided to rock this hairstyle for the day, and this is what it looked like when it dried a little bit and I picked it out some more. And yeah, so that's pretty much it. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and like these hairstyles.